session we are going to discuss about the systemd unit files. We have discussed that there is a lots of the resources are managed by the system D, means system D managing the daemons, managing the services. So how it is managing? What are the things which is help to the system D to manage everything, or what are the resources which is used by the system D to manage everything? So these are the system, these resources which is used by the system D to manage the services and the daemon, it is known as a unit files. So different unit files are there. So you can see the unit files is define the unit, their configuration, and this configuration included the dependencies and startup options. Okay, these type of the service or these type of the files having the extension .service or .target. Different. So what are these are the some example like .service and .target. So this file, like this is the emergency.target file, and this file having this content. First is about the description and about the more detail about this, and then later on it start a unit. There is a description, documentation, and requires, after, allow, isolate. All these are the options, means key and the value. So there is a key and here is the value. Like documentation find on this man systemd.special. Okay, so let's talk about the other files. The other files is like first file is .service file. .service file is a files which is manage the configuration. There is a requirements. What are the requirements, minimum and maximum, and the start orders, in which order it will start, in the first order, second starter, and each service, maybe this SS service or maybe the STTP service or any service, every service has its unit file, and this file is stored in a .service format. So because if you like SSH .service, like I am going to here, so this is the location user live and systemd. You can see this file is exist inside the systemd. If you want to check open this file, you can use the cat command and /user and live and then systemd D. Inside the systemd there is a system and SSH service. Okay, so this is a file here is written. Here is a unit, description, documentation, after and why it is started after and send. And here is the service information, like the environment file, etc default SSH, execution add a start pre, means before the start, and at the time of the start, at the time of the reload, and the time which command will be execute, here is the written. So all the information you will get in this file. So not only this, if you search for the STTP, so you will find the STTP, NTP, and all files having the same unit file. Every service have its unit file. So you can check the unit file and then you can find out all the information. Another file is a timer file. Timer file, as its name is a timer, means it is defined for the timer. Define the time means like if you want to manage the service or manage any other events which is based on the time. For the example of the backup, if you want to backup, daily backup, every hour backup, every minute backup, so this is the time, means based on the time. For the example, as a penetration tester, if you want to scan your system every midnight, run the nmap command every midnight. So it is the based on the timing. So whatever the events which is the time based can be managed by these files, .timer files. These can schedule the script or other action. So here is the example is a log rotate.timer, like daily rotation of the log files, documentation here, and the timer, the actual on calendar and accuracy. On calendar means inside the calendar it is should be daily, not only daily, actually there is a other options also available which can be used. Dot timer files, these are used for the manage events based on the time. Another is a dot mount files. Dot mount file is managing the mount points. Like we have mounting any application, mounting any particular hard disk by making the basic entry in a /etc and fstab file. But you can create a dot mount file also. So guys, the mount files means for the mounting we can make the entry in a file /etc/fstab. And another way is create a dot mount file inside the system. Okay, so managing the mount points, automatically mount local and remote file system to mount the points. So how you can write like this: mount what, where, type and option. What means what do you want to be mount, like tmpfs, or you can give the here the any device name like /deb/sdc1, and where give the mounting point like /tmp/mnt or anything else, and types, and then give the options. So all these information you will make the entry inside the dot mount file. So let me check if we have the mount file or not. So here is a lots of the files, and all the files are inside here is the systemd temp.mount, this file. So I am going to open this file so you will understand. Cat /usr/share /systemd and inside the systemd tmp.mount. So you can give temporary mount on this folder, this is mount, all these the information. And also wanted by means there is some other information, and where is the target. So what is the target file? Target files and the startup options. So target file always define the system startup configuration. So startup configuration means what configuration will be loaded at the time of the startup. Means of course if you want to start any particular service, so you can enable this service, it will start. What will be the configuration, what will the options at the time of the startup. So it will be defined in a .target file. So target example default means the system boot to by default. Multi-user target means the same service can be used by the multiple users. Graphical target means this start and enable services and a system to using the GUI. And network online start a specific network services to delay the target until the network service is established. Means any service which is based on the network online, it means your connectivity or the network first will be established, later on that particular service will be executed. Okay, so if you want to change the target, you can use the command systemctl command, like systemctl get default. Default means default type. If you want to check the isolate or the isolate graphical target, like you are moving to the graphical, means there is a first isolate, it was the target, and I am going to change the graphical dot target, so I can change it. And before again if I want to the same things add a get default, so I can use this. Okay, so these are the options we are using. And some logic commands. Logic means how you can use these commands, systemctl command. So logic is that first you need to check the status of the service. If the service is disabled, so you can enable this service, you can start this service, you can restart the service. It is depend on you. What do you want to do with the service? Okay, so we have done already practical, and there is a the old version was a sysvinit instead of the systemd. Systemd is a upgraded version, and systemd has been the sysvinit has been replaced by the systemd. Systemd has been systemd replaced the sys, and the information inside the it is in a tab. Before there is a different run level was there, a startup option like run level 3, run level 4. Now it is the TTI, like run level 3 start to the CLI, and run level 5 start with the GUI. Okay, and all the default run label are exist in a etc and in a tab. So for this information to check the this, you can use here cat/etc and /init and tab. It is not exist now. So init Apache, okay, so actually init tab does not exist in Kali Linux, and I hope in a latest version does not exist, so I am not going to. Here is the service command also can be used to manage in an old version. Means I have used the systemctl command, but we can also use the sudo service and the ssh start. So this service we can use, or this command we can use to start the service. Okay, and check the status. You can use the status command to check the status of the file, so it is active and running. So I want to disable this file, this service, so I can use the disabled command. Disable. So disable does not exist. Okay, it can start, reload, stop. These are commands are accessible. Okay, so all the command is not exist, so you can use the service and status. chkconfig command also is can be used, but does not exist here. Okay, chkconfig command does not exist. Okay, yeah, does not exist because this is the old version. So most of the system has been replaced this particular service commands. Okay, so if you have any question related these topics, so you can ask. Do you have any question, guys? Manage the services, we have done already the lab.